Holy moly, just woke up first thing in the morning, already recording videos angrily. Already recording angry comment response videos first thing in the morning. That's how you know it's Trixie. I have a comment that I'm going to respond to from someone named Roy Thomas, and this is kind of a follow-up to my previous video. I had a video about how I'm never watching your favorite anime that was inspired by this comment from YouTuber Mercury Falcon. And the main thrust of Mercury Falcon's comment had been about how I was wrong about Gundam history and how I should watch Gundam, I guess, before ever talking about Gundam history, or at the very least, if I speak on it, speak with many apologies and assurances that I could be wrong about what I'm saying, I guess. I don't know what else the request is other than never speak about something unless you've talked to somebody else who's a fan of it and they've confirmed that you might be correct about the things you're saying, I guess, before you release the video as opposed to through the So here's what I'm going to talk about today. Making YouTube videos isn't like some kind of special, unique experience that is like somehow uniquely transcendent to other forms of communication. Like, it's literally just a way to talk. It's just one way to talk to people. And in fact, for me, it's like the main way I talk to people. It's not like I don't make YouTube videos because I feel like I'm about to impart some incredible wisdom onto you that you need to hear, and then everybody's going to believe what I said from now on. The point of it is to start a conversation. The point of it is to get comments. And I've made this abundantly clear through my content. Like, I'm always talking about the comments, always talking about how my videos are a response to comments, how I like to have conversations with the culture of anime. So when people approach me with comments that are like giving me advice or telling me what they think I'm doing wrong, but they aren't actually engaging with what I say that I'm doing, it's incredibly annoying. So let's read this comment and we'll explain how this person is barking so far up the wrong tree that it's actually insane to me. I feel this way about everybody who keeps leaving these sorts of comments, and Roy Thomas is being very insistent, sort of following the comment discussions around this Mercury Falcon comment to try to really drill in on it. So let me go ahead and read what they've said in this comment. This is in response to me saying that I am not remotely concerned about sharing disinformation about fucking anime history of all things. I said, it's crazy to me that you're this worried about a YouTuber getting the details right about anime in a world where you can't even trust mainstream news to give an unbiased slant on current events. I don't understand why you would expect an anime YouTube video to give you correct information, or any YouTube video to give you correct information. That's not where you go for information. As you all keep saying in the comments, that if you wanted information, you wouldn't go to YouTube, and yet you're complaining that my YouTube video has false information in it. This makes no sense. This is like, I mean, it's like watching an anime and complaining that the political commentary doesn't have like applicability to your real everyday life. Like, yeah, it's anime. What the fuck are you talking about? This is a YouTube video, sir. So let me read the comment. It starts off, it doesn't sound like you care about being correct at all, frankly. That is what I just said. How am I supposed to know what I don't know? Research. It's so, okay, how would you know that you needed to research something if you don't know it? Like, I think plastic comes from plants. I'm pretty sure there's a plant that produces what becomes plastic. Am I 1,000% sure of that? No, I don't work in plastics. I have nothing to do with plastics other than I drink out of them. I'm pretty sure I saw an episode of How It's Made once that said that there's like a plant that you harvest plastics from. You put it in like a machine that like turns it into like a taffy. Someone can confirm or deny this. I'm pretty sure this is how plastics are made. Now, I know that I don't know enough about plastics for me to, like, make a video trying to explain plastics to you. But if I had a video that's like, I got this new cup and it sucks. And in that video, I was talking about, like, it's made out of plastic. And I know plastic's made out of plants, unlike other material, like metal, which is made out of rocks or something, right? Like, if I just throw that statement into my video about plastics, I'm not going to go research it and make sure that it's correct. I'm pretty sure that plastic comes from plants and metal comes from rocks. If I was, again, making a video that's like, here's how plastic works, I would definitely do research before I hit print on that. But since my video is, here's how I feel about this cup, like, if I'm wrong about the fucking plastic, y'all can let me know in the comments, but it's not a big fucking deal. Who gives a shit? If you actually care, why wouldn't you go research it yourself? Or create a resource for other people to understand. Say you should do research because other people have done the legwork for you. Where would I know that? How would I know that? Where am I doing research? How am I doing research? You're just like, research, like it's this magical thing. Where do you do research? What, do you just Google it? I do usually just Google the anime I'm talking about. It doesn't usually lead to much in terms of understanding the anime. Comment continues, just because it doesn't exist in video form, it probably does, doesn't mean you can't easily figure stuff out with a few quick Google searches. That's just not true. How can you think that? About, for instance, like what specifically this whole discussion was about was my Gundam history take, which, first of all, I'll say isn't even incorrect. Like, the things that Mercury Falcon disagrees about are just not, it doesn't disprove anything I said, and I wasn't even going to take this tack, but let's go ahead and read the fucking comments, since it's going to be about this. I tend to talk about things in terms of their pop culture perception. Like, I talk about history in terms of how it was perceived by the people experiencing it. So, here's Mercury Falcon. Your breakdown of progression of Gundam made my heart sink. Gundam veered hard into children territory in the late 80s and early 90s, releasing a ton of SD Gundam short films. That doesn't change about anything I said. I said that Gundam became more kid-oriented in the 90s when Wing became a massive success. SD Gundam was not a massive success. It was not known worldwide. It did not make Gundam into a kids franchise. It failed. It tried. Maybe it got some kids into Gundam. It did not ever come out in the United States until the mid-2000s. So when I said that Gundam's worldwide popularity started with Wing, I'm not fucking wrong about that. F91 was created to kickstart a new era for serious Gundam. It failed, so we got Victory in 93 with the youngest protagonist to date and drawing heavily from RPGs to target that child demographic again. That's not relevant to anything I said in the video. It's just not relevant. I've seen F91. What the fuck does that have to do with this? It just isn't relevant to what I was talking about at all. You also had the OVAs of 0083 and 8th MS Team, which were serious and targeted at the team demographic. Again, that doesn't obviate anything I said here. Wing wasn't indicative of all Gundam in the 90s. I didn't say it was. I said nothing of that sort, actually. All I said was that from that point onward, it started appealing to girls. I didn't say that every fucking Gundam from then on was a girls' show. It's like this extra reading you're doing into the stuff I'm saying that isn't what I'm saying. And it makes you sound like a fucking idiot to me. Wing wasn't indicative of all Gundam of the 90s, but did influence other Sunrise shows to have be shown in protagonists like Choja Ray Dean, but it didn't become a Gundam mainstay of the era. What do you mean? Wing is an absolute Gundam mainstay of the era. Or are you talking about the Bishonen? That also is an absolute Gundam mainstay from Wing onwards. What the fuck are you talking about? Gundam Seed is full of pretty boys. Gundam 00 is full of pretty boys. It's mostly pretty boys from Wing on. The character design sense permanently shifted. Even fucking G Gundam had more pretty boys than fucking Gundam. It was pretty boys from that point forward. You're just wrong. I mean, they made more SD Gundam, but they also made Gundam Seed, which has the most violent scenes in a Gundam TV anime. That doesn't make it not for kids. It's still a fucking teen show. It's not Gundam. It's like a dumb kid's version of a war story. How do I know? I read the fucking reviews. My computer just restarted on me. So I guess this audio source is no longer relevant at all. I should not have given as much grace to this comment as I originally did. I acted like this person actually knows Gundam history better than me just because of the fact that they left this comment that's like, well, here's details you didn't mention specifically, even though none of them contradicts what I actually said at all. So now I'm like really fucking frustrated that I gave any grace to this comment. All right, returning to the Roy Thomas comment that I actually made this video to respond to. But sure, you are confident. You are speaking authoritatively on these things because you made the video, okay? People are clicking on it to hear your opinions on things, yes. So at some point, it does fall on you to do the bare minimum and research what the things you're talking about. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. That's not my job. My job is to share my opinions, like you just said, for people to listen to my opinions and decide if they agree with them. You should do research to determine your opinion. If you care about it. If you don't. Opinions aren't a big deal and don't matter. And frankly, it's ironic you're throwing a temper tantrum about this. A content creator, Mercury Falcon, outright said you were spreading misinformation and was wrong and told you to go actually watch Gundam, which is insane for reasons we already went over in the last video. In your own comment section, your reaction, all this. Yeah, that's how my job works. I make responses to comments. It's been the same way for 10 years. And the fact that you don't know that makes me think you don't watch my content, you don't understand my content, you don't like my content. I don't know why the fuck you're here commenting on my content like you think I'm going to listen to you and give grace to you when you walked into my house and you got your dirty shoes all over my carpet. Also pretty funny you're not concerned about spreading lies about anime history, so why speak on it? Because it's my job. You pay me to talk about anime history. If you wish somebody was doing a better job at it, pay someone who does a better job at it. People don't care about anime history. People don't care about regular history. People care about entertainment and identity. People care about emotions and storytelling. Nobody gives a fuck about facts. That's just not how this world works. And they shouldn't, because you can't really find facts. And if you think you can, you're probably fucking delusional. How am I honestly any different from all the other bad actors on the news or on YouTube? I'm not. I've never claimed I was. You all have weird, self-determined ideas about me that have nothing to do with what I've ever said about myself. I call myself the otaku gonzo journalist. If you don't know what that means, you're the one who hasn't done the research. At least if you plagiarized your thoughts, you could have said something correct. Now, see, you're getting the point, kind of. Like, yeah, you could just make a boring video that states facts, or you could do the job, which is to share your opinions and what you think. How can we expect YouTube as a platform to be better when content creators like you are so stridently anti-intellectual and incurious and high on your own pathetic ego? You shouldn't. You should not expect YouTube as a platform to be better. Nothing about it incentivizes that. No one pays me to be more correct. No one pays me to do research. No one pays me for any of that. They pay me to be convincing, entertaining, emotional, storytelling. I don't get paid to be right about anime. I never have. Never. Ever. Most of the people who watch my channel don't know fucking anything about anime. And they never will. They never will. The standards for me are not somehow like uniquely different or special. I don't like have special exclusions for me as compared to other YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber. I watch YouTube. I make YouTube videos. That's what I do. I don't read books. I don't do research. I don't know how to do research. I'm a community college dropout. I make YouTube videos. I talk to YouTube audience. I don't have another secret life as a fucking researcher or some kind of historian or some kind of fucking teacher, professor. I don't even respect college. I don't even respect school as an institution. How can you possibly expect me to be the one who's gonna fact check shit? You're barking up the wrong tree. have to be so loud about it because I don't understand how these people get into my audience. Like, I don't understand how you end up in my comments section bitching about me being wrong about Gundam. How could you ever expect Trixie the Golden Witch to be right about Gundam? I've been wrong about Gundam for 15 years. I made a Gundam history video that was drunk and wrong 10 fucking years ago. Begging for people who actually know anime history to make YouTube videos, and they won't. They refuse. I begged the old guard of anime fans to make YouTube channels. I told them I would help them learn how to do it, and they said it's too much fucking work. No one wants to do this. People are acting like it's insane of me to tell Mercury Falcon, you already have done the research and seen Gundam, and you're a YouTuber. It's your fucking job to make the Gundam video. It's your job, not mine. You have a personal responsibility to talk about Gundam. You who understands Gundam, you who knows Gundam history, you who's seen Gundam, you have a responsibility to talk about Gundam and never bring it up to me again. Hopefully the lesson of this is very clear. Don't ever fucking tell me to watch anime. Ever. Oh, hey, you haven't even strangled your own firstborn child, so how can you possibly understand enough to talk about anime? Because if you really want to understand the experience, you have to have at least killed something you love, or else how could you possibly relate to the anime experience? Okay, I've done enough yelling to get a nice jolted start to my morning. You know, I feel ready to go. Feel up and at 'em. Feel like I've got too much energy now, actually. Like, I'd like to keep screaming, but I've run out of... I can't keep screaming about this because I already screamed enough, so go make a Gundam video. Please?